What's up everyone, this is Marcus at TradeSmith and I'm going to show you a new program that I joined called Warrior Trading Pro, and that is a program that I am been doing for 6 weeks, and I'm going to show you exactly what I plan to do with this small account challenge. So alright, closing another week, so I do want to just say that so far the market is still not giving me what I expect, but at the same time I have to really practice being content. Really been working on just taking base hits. About 2 weeks ago took a big loss, but I've been working and have been very consistent with some base hits today, this week, and of course I'm just hoping that one of those base hits, as I begin to swing level, it just goes over the fence. Not seeing many 20 to 10 cent runs so far. It's just been every time I get a breakout, it's only about 5 cents. So I'm going to go over my trades today and show you what was transpiring today. So all right, today's stock of choice was PIXY. It was on the pre-gapper scanner here, and I noticed that it started going up in volume. So I did want to look at the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. So I did look at definitely setting a max position, and once it goes over, I think I was looking around the 75 mark, that's when I decided to jump in. Got filled at 79, and then it just jumped right back down, which was a little bit disappointing, but definitely saw that there was a lot of momentum that is still going with the stock. Was a little frustrated that as soon as I got in, I'm almost at my max loss of the day, but when it did drop down, I saw that there was some momentum. I saw that wick pop up a little bit, so I knew that it was going to grind back up. But you can see that the stock is constantly grinding, and I'm just really hoping at some point I can go ahead and just take my winnings and get out. So you can see I'm really timing my hotkeys, and that's why hotkeys are important, to be able to quickly hit them and get out. So that was probably, the best trade of the day, I would say. Every other trade that I made the rest of the day was either a loss or an attempt to redeem myself. So I want to stick to my trade plan. That was trade number 1. And that was actually a pre-market trade. I actually traded that about 4 minutes before the bell, just to see if I can really get a little bit of a buffer at the beginning. And I'm noticing here that it is a stock that's rising in agony. Whenever I see that and I see these higher wicks, I'm going to start taking a note of that, like maybe to wait until it's strong. Or even make a definite move. So I'm looking at it to break these short sellers that are trying to really push the stock down. So next trade. So you can see on the next trade here, I am working to definitely get in on a 5-minute candle making high, but I did feel that I got a little jumpy here, and I did not want to. I think I got jumpy twice, and I jumped in a little too early, trying to anticipate that break over $5. I think the high was like at 505 that I was trying to get in, and hope for that it was gonna begin to run up a little bit higher. The high of day so far was a little bit under 520, which I did pass up a little bit earlier. So I did want to again see if it can break that high a day. I wanted to focus on buying the first pullback, but I noticed that it was not resolving. So then I saw that it was kind of going sideways, and I thought that maybe it was gonna eventually break out of this area or this box that you see right here. So it did not do that. So I was a little disappointed in that trade. It was a waste of a trade. And again, I try to stick to 4 trades per day. So that was a little bit disappointing here. So I definitely want to work on not being so jumpy, and just work on getting in those trades. And also I noticed that this stock, the way that it was trading was it was a little more forgiving when it dips down to the volume weighted average price or one of the EMAs. I noticed that it was some really good dip opportunities, but I'm avoiding the dips because that is what kind of caused me to churn into that other side of trading where I end up catching falling knives. Really want to keep working, and I have been training more on dip trading, really setting my levels, but you know, sometimes you think you see it and you don't. So you can see that I accidentally got into this third trade here, which I was jumpy on the second and the third trade, which I was a little bit frustrated at because I'm looking for it to break out of this little box. And you can see that it basically does almost like a little bit of a bull trap. So it pops up a quick wick, and then of course it started to go down. And at this point, I did not want to try to hold on or try to hold the bag. So I'm looking for a good exit. So a good thing to look at is, you know, the level 2 to see whether it's buying or selling. I see that they're selling off, but then I see some buyers step in here. So I started looking for an exit strategy. I'm not looking for it to go all the way back up, but you know, I knew at this point I had to cut my loss, and of course I was down $105 at this point. So again, that was my third trade, and at this point I'm looking to redeem myself. So really just setting up for the fourth and final trade. All right, going into my final trade, you can see that I'm timing this 5-minute candle that is going to make a new high. I'm looking at the 5-minute mark. I'm seeing that it was a good time to get in, but you can see it's just giving me the little wick. I got in at 525, and then of course you notice that it starts coming down a little bit, but I did feel strong about this one, and I did see a lot of the green that's on the tape. Again, I started noticing that there's 25, and I started noticing that it was retesting at 525, this seller that is here. And you got to really look at the level 2. You can see there's 13,000 shares, and then of course when it got ate up, I knew that it was going to be a short-lived run, so I went ahead and cashed out. That was $137, which made me $19 short of the day. Could have had a green day, but I'm content. That was my fourth trade, and I decided to just back off at that point. I do want to remind you that in trading, if you really want to take the emotional side out, one thing that's been helping is sticking to a trade plan. And I'm looking for tools and technology that is out there that could help you, even stick to that trade plan. Again, you can have a strategy, you can understand patterns, but once you get down to wanting to trade in a live environment and you want to remove that emotion, you need a trade plan, and you need to be able to write down what your setups so that you're looking for, what time of day you're going to actually start, all the way down to your entries, and then also your exit strategies, your max loss, max shares, and of course your weekly average is also something that's good to look at, that you're looking for a weekly goal, so that you're not trying to, make $1 million in a week. Sometimes you may need to be content with making an extra $150 for the week. So I'm up for the week on a Friday. Definitely was the only loser for this week, but and I didn't trade every day. Also, that should be in your trade plan. If you don't see it within that certain gap or that certain time of day, only trade really the first 10, 15 minutes, or I would say the first hour of the trading day, at the most hour and a half. And at that point, I will just back out if I don't see anything. And of course, I have to go to my 9 to 5. So if you are a busy busy professional and would like to learn how to day trade using a small account, please stay here and give us some of your tips and tricks that you're using and give us some insight on your trading plan, and let me know exactly what you're trying to do as well, because I believe that once we know what everyone else is doing, we kind of can do some knowledge share and kind of really build up our skills together and sharpen our swords together. So this is Marcus again, signing off for the week. I definitely will see you next week. This is a new channel. For more tips and tricks on trading technology, hit the like button and go to tradesmith.io.